Hey guys, it's Cara. I'm walking over to the garden to make a bouquet. This sage right here has been flowering and it smells so good. So I want to make a bouquet out of that and out of a couple other flowers we have growing in the garden. This is just your traditional sage that you use for cooking with. And it's flowering and it smells so lovely, and the bees also are really loving it too. So I'm gonna cut some of this. I've got a bunch of the sage flowers now. These smell so nice. And now I'm just gonna add some bachelor's button to it. A very informal bouquet, just wispy and fun for the middle of the kitchen island. I have a bachelor's button mix variety here of all different colors, and I'm gonna add some of this to my bouquet as well. I really like the color variation. This one is probably my favorite though. It's like a deep maroon purple with just little white tips on it. And then I also really like this one, which has a little bit more blue coloring to it. Some of it is falling over a little bit, so I'll probably cut from this section first. Try to strip some of these lower leaves while I'm outside so I don't make as big a mess inside the house. I have a nice bunch of fresh sage leaves now. I think I will save these and maybe put them on some chicken tonight. But here's my bouquet of flowers. It'll definitely make our kitchen smell wonderful. All my vases are currently filled up, so I just popped them into a pitcher and I decided to put it on the kitchen table. We'll have chicken tonight with that sage, so we'll smell some fresh sage flowers while we eat our supper. I have one empty trellis here all the way at the back that I want to plant a few personal sized melons on. Last year I only grew the Kajari melon up a trellis, and this year I want to try a few different types to experiment with it and see how it works. I have a couple different types of cantaloupe or muskmelon. This one from Johnny's is called Sarah's Choice F1 Hybrid Cantaloupe. I think I'm gonna do that and the Kajari melon up this trellis right here. This is just a cattle panel. It was 16 foot long, but we cut it down to 12 foot to fit perfectly into our beds. And it is elevated off the ground quite a ways, so we will have to train the melon to climb up as it grows. Sarah's Choice F1 Hybrid Cantaloupe and Kajari melon are the two we're planting on this trellis. The Kajari melon I grew last year. This one's a new one for me. The Kajari is kind of like a personal sized melon with really pretty striping on it. So we're gonna give that one a try again this year. I'm gonna go ahead and plant the Minnesota midget melon next in this little section. The Minnesota midget melon I tried to grow last year but didn't have any success, so we're giving it another go this year. The description on the packet for this one says it's a small early heirloom that was introduced in Minnesota in 1948. 3 to 4 foot vines produce sweet orange melons just 4 inches across. Cute little tiny melons, hopefully, that will work well for this trellis and hopefully not be too super heavy for supporting up these trellises. Last year for the melons that I had on the trellis, I used some pantyhose to kind of make a sling for them and tie them to the trellis so that they didn't fall onto the ground. This whole cattle panel is now planted. I probably planted things a little too closely together, but I wanted to make sure I still had plants in case not all the seeds germinated. And also, I'd rather have a few too many that I have to transplant than not enough. Ryan and the kids got me a bunch more Dahlia tubers for Mother's Day, so I'm gonna pop those into the ground too. They got me 3 different varieties. They ordered these from Eden Brothers. The first variety is Cafe au Latte, or Cafe Latte, I don't know how you say it. The next variety is, oh, there's actually 2 bags of that. Labyrinth, Linda's Baby. And it looks like they got me 2 bags of each, so that was really nice. I did a Dahlia planting video a couple weeks back, and I planted most of them in the L-shaped beds around the border of the garden. I'm gonna put some more of these in that far L-shaped bed over here, but then I think I'm gonna disperse a few throughout the garden as well to have some flowers amongst the vegetables, not just on the border sides. This bed here is carrots and spinach and arugula and a few other lettuces, and there's kind of an empty pocket here in the corner. I'm gonna put one there, and then I think I might just pop a couple in different corners of beds that aren't completely full. That way there's just beautiful flowers everywhere. These are pretty good sized clumps here. There's actually 2 eyes on this one, so in theory, I could split this up and make it into 2 plants. But since I have 2 bags of each variety, and it looks like there's several tubers in each bag, I am going to probably just leave them whole and not worry about cutting them up this year. But then next year, I should have some extras to share or grow elsewhere. I'm trying to be good this year about labeling all the Dahlia varieties in case in the future I do want to share them. I know what varieties I'm giving other people. There is 1 carrot in the corner of this bed, but I think I'm gonna sacrifice it to plant the Dahlia. Just a little one growing. Ooh, this one's really large. I need a bigger hole. I have to stop for a strawberry snack. I will say, little strawberry snacks as you're gardening, totally worth planting strawberries for. So I just planted one single tuber clump in a couple of the corners of the little raised beds, and now along this big L-shaped bed I'm gonna plant the rest of the ones I have. I still have some of the Cafe au lait, the labyrinth, and Lydia's baby that I'm just gonna plant all along this edge here. I think that'll be nice because then every time we leave our house or come up our driveway, this is the edge of the bed that we'll see. Well, we're definitely gonna have a lot of dahlias this year, so I'm excited to see all those bloom this summer. So subscribe if you're not already to follow along and see how they bloom too. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye y'all.